Chris, how are you enjoying life as a retired player?
So far, so good. It's been a little busy, but I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, fill us in. What are you up to these days?
I've been traveling a lot. I think I'm connected to this head injury and football issue to some degree, so just figuring out how and then figuring out the next step in my life.
Are you okay being an advocate for that? I mean, probably not what you thought of when you made the decision, but you've kind of become one of the faces of it.
No, it's not ideal for me, but I think I'm in a position where I can help people. So former players or helping the game be safer is something I can help in.
Have you received, though, tons of positive feedback from, fans, former players about what you're doing or what you did?
Yeah, I think it's an individual choice, so everyone can respect that, and received a lot of positive feedback from family, friends, and fans. So it's been good.
No, I believe you said at some point you'd like to get into maybe sports management, that type of thing. Are you still thinking about all that?
I'm really figuring it out still. I had a few backup plans, but so much has come at me these past 3 months that I'm taking it one thing at a time.
What's your reaction when you heard about Chris coming back and being the head coach of this program?
I was excited. We've known the Chris family for a long time. My dad played for Paul's dad, George, at Edgewood High School, and so he's always spoken very highly of the Chris family. And obviously, Coach Chris was here early on in my career, so it's a natural fit, and he's a great person along with being a great coach.
What do you think he brings to the table that will hopefully make him a successful coach here at Badgers for the long term?
I think familiarity, and it's like a family with Coach Chris. So, I mean, all the GAs are old players, and Mickey Turner, Joe Rudolph, Ethan Armstrong, all those guys are back. So it's like that Wisconsin family that you always talk about as a player. It's real.
Does it seem like to you that there's been a lot of turnover and turmoil or whatever in the program, despite all the success you guys keep having on the field year after year? You're now on your third head coach in a short period of time, but it keeps rolling.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the nature of the business of college football. So, Wisconsin had a good run there with Coach Alvarez for a long time and Coach Bielema for a long time. And now we kind of got a taste of what most programs go through. Hopefully Coach Chris is here for a long while.
Chris, were you fearful of head injuries back during your college career, and did you ever think about leaving the game early during your Badger career?
No, I was never really fearful. I don't think that's the right word for it, but aware, yeah. Golf players are.
Did you ever consider?
And I didn't consider leaving early in college.
So what were all the terms that led up to your decision, and why did you decide at that time this was the time I'm going to retire?
Well, I think just a combination of my own experience, along with a lot of the data that's out there regarding long-term health effects of head injuries. And I played a position, I played a style of play where I think I was susceptible to the worst of it. So I didn't quit before I played. I played for 10 years and played 4 years in college, played a physical brand of football, and played through some things where it makes sense for me, I believe, in living a well-healthy life.
Do you understand, though, why a lot of people might be shocked by your decision just a year into it? This is what you decided to do, especially you were with a really good team. And
Yeah, I think, and I understand people being surprised. Not many people can relate. There's only 1,500 guys in the NFL. Very few people play in college for 4 years, so I understand how people would be shocked, but to me it makes sense. You've got a lot of support from active and former players.
What types of feedback or reaction you get from people when you decide to give someone money? It's not typical.
No, I think people were surprised, but it wasn't all a choice. I signed a contract, so I just lived by the contract. That's been the biggest surprise of all of this for me. People can't get over the money. That's all I think about. Your health's a little bit more important.
You mean as in how are you giving up the money?
Yeah, how can you turn down $500,000 next year? That's been surprising to me.
And your response is
my health.
Besides what you take away from it, what impact you hope it has on your life moving forward, what do you hope others, whether it's other players, management, fans of the game, that they learn or see or take away from your decision?
A couple things. I think we have a tendency to forget about players after their careers, even star players. It's kind of you use them up and then they struggle later in life and no one really cares. I'd like to see people just care more about former players, kind of what Coach Dick is doing with Gridiron Greats. I think that's a tremendous organization out of Chicago that helps fund athletes who are struggling. And then secondly, that players realize that they don't belong to football. Football belongs to them. It's their career, so you don't have to play until the wheels fall off and be proactive about it.
Chris, knowing what you know now, do you regret playing football in any sense?
No, I loved it, and my career was brief, but I really did enjoy it.
How do you hope that Wisconsin athletics and being a student athlete is helping you both life after football and just moving on?
Oh, it's been great. I think when you're a player, you hear a lot about how tight-knit of a group it is and how much everyone cares about you and how it's a family, and you believe it, but to feel it's a whole other thing. And I think these past few months I've really felt, and Coach Alvarez was one of the first people to reach out to me, and the support's been incredible.
What are some things that you learned as a student athlete that just helps you go on, like just in life, like life lessons?
I think just having gotten my degree, being exposed to things, and the connections you make and the friendships you have with events like this, and people you meet as a student athlete. Spent a lot of time in the community, so I was able to meet a lot of really incredible people.
What does the future hold for you now? What is your ultimate goal now? Because I assume for a long time it was the NFL, so what is the ultimate goal for you now?
Yeah, I don't know yet. Taking it, just learning a lot, and I've got a few pretty interesting options, so just I'm not going to hurry up and start a career tomorrow. I'm going to take my time.
How much do you enjoy being
24.
How much do you enjoy being in your early 20s and getting your life and getting asked that question all the time?
Yeah, I feel like I'm constantly at a graduation party or something. But I get it. I think it's good. People care.
There were a good number of 49ers that were sort of surprising retirements this offseason. Was there any conversations in the locker room about these concerns over head injuries, or was that just a coincidence?
No. I was when I heard of Pat's retirement, I was really surprised. So and Anthony's too. So I think Justin's was long coming, but no, we didn't. Everybody's choice was unique to them.
If you have kids who want to play football in the future, how do you think you'll handle that?
I can't really answer it theoretical. It depends if the game's still the same 15, 20 years from now. If we learn more, a lot could change. I think as it is now, it'd be difficult, especially with the decision I made to have a kid play football. But that said, I think pro and college football is different than high school. I never played youth football, so I don't really know. But I think overwhelmingly you can have a good experience in high school. It's just the more you play, the more risk you're at.
Thank you.
Thank you.